Well, we are going into about one of the last good spells of weather here that we're going to see for a while. The forecast is calling for rain to move in middle of the week, and so it's Monday today. We've got today and tomorrow and maybe a little bit on Wednesday where we'll be able to get out in the field. So we are resetting up the drill with a little different style opener to try and get our last field of ryegrass planted in this spell of weather. Now we have used two different styles of openers for different conditions traditionally. Typically, this opener with a packing wheel in the back and no side wheels on it has been our preferred opener for wet conditions. You see in our other style of opener over here that has these side wheels. These control how deep it goes into the ground. And typically, when we've been working on worked fields, these side wheels could build up with mud, and where we plant a 1/2 inch to a 1/4 inch depth, it doesn't take very much mud buildup to start to lift those openers out of the ground. And if this comes out of the ground, it stops turning, and the seed will bunch up in there and not flow out and plant down into the soil. So traditionally, those have been for dry conditions in a worked field. What we found, though, is since we've put row cleaners on, these row cleaners would throw debris and soil, because we have them in deep enough to really clean that out, and that debris and soil would come in right above those double discs, and it would start to gum everything up. Here's one that we've taken apart to clean out. And so that soil would come in over top of that double disc, and you can see the mud starting to build here and here. It would bud everything up inside that disc. It would plug up where the seed is coming out so that the seed wouldn't be able to feed out. And so, in effect, in those wet conditions, in a no-till setting for us with those row cleaners in place, because of this gap up here between the double discs and the frame, it was actually mudding up worse. The last field we planted, we tested one of our other style of openers with this. Now what you'll see is that side wheel comes up and it blocks and covers that gap where that mud was getting in. We watched quite a bit, and down in here where you can see down in there, if I had a light it'd show up a little better, that was staying clean as can be, no mud buildup whatsoever. So this time through we're going to try planting with this style opener. Now the field we're going into has a volunteer cover crop of Phacelia. I would like to see more of that seed go into the tank, but it's our first year growing it, and it is a finicky crop to get that harvest date exactly right, and it is very prone to shattering. But the benefit of this is it has left us a very uniform cover crop that is covering that soil. So my thinking is on it, and after watching this run in another field with one on to test it, that cover crop is going to provide a layer, a barrier in between this depth wheel, this side wheel here, and the soil. That should allow this to come up clean without soil sticking to it. I will say too, the field that we're doing and the field that we were just in are two of our toughest soil types. They are sticky, they gum things up, and they are difficult to handle. But that Phacelia cover crop should allow this to run clean without getting mud buildup on it. If this works the way I anticipate it working, we will be ordering some more seed rebounders to mount back there in between the double discs. Anyway, here's one that is mounted on the double discs. We've taken the outside disc off so I can show you. What that does is it allows the seed that's coming down here, sometimes it would want to flip up and be thrown out of the drill row. This redirects it back down into that drill row. And where we're planting as shallow as we are, this tail out here actually helps close the row so we don't have need of this packing wheel, because we're trying to hit a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch planting depth. In all honesty, a lot of the times we just need a skiff of dirt back over that seed for it to sprout and grow properly. So if these side wheel openers work the way I anticipate them working, those seed rebounders, we're going to order another batch of them and get them mounted up on these over winter. But this field will tell us a lot about what is working, what isn't working, and if it works on this field, it is going to work on all the rest of ours. Another nice aspect with these side wheels is it will provide a bit of a rolling action on the cover crop or residue, pinning that down so that it is laying down flat alongside the drill row, not draping over. And with the row cleaners, we should not have too much hairpinning where it gets stuffed down in the drill row and can dry the seed out. We are still using some herbicide on this to terminate, but we are looking more and more at some rolling crimping options. I don't know if we'll be able to eliminate herbicide, but we should be able to reduce our rate with a rolling type approach. And these side wheels will provide an extra round of rolling. They won't crimp, but they will roll and help hold it down alongside the row.